Welcome back to the channel, folks. This is Luna here with another King Arthur Legends Rise video, and today I want to give another update on where I am with the Hall of Conquerors. Got a couple days, or a little over a couple days left until the reset. I have pushed farther than I was during the last reset here, and during the last, or since the last video that I put out. So as you can see here, I'm at 56 hearts total now, and before I was only sitting at 53. So I was able to get 3 more hearts this turn around. And again, I'll go through like some of the changes I made to be able to get these increases. For Megalon, last time I was at 41 hearts, and now I'm up to 47. So that's definitely the biggest increase there, obviously, right? But unfortunately with Talos, I had made some changes, but I'm still only at 65 hearts. I think I might have gotten more damage total, but still not enough to squeak out another heart there. But first, we'll just go and we'll look at this Penveid here. And really for this, it's not a whole lot of changes. But mainly what I'm doing is going back through and trying to prioritize HP when we're trying to do these stat changes here. So, sorry, not the stat changes, but the element, what do they call it? Stat engraving, rather. So, the equipment for Arthur here is the same, but I have gone through and tried to prioritize HP, and I had a bunch of these stat engravings built up, and I've went through basically all of it, trying to get some extra HP on the champions here. So you see on some of these I don't have HP, some of these I do, and I was able to get lucky on a couple of them, get that plus 800 HP, and by doing so, it's allowed Arthur to stay alive longer, especially since when you get that heal recovery, or the you cannot get that heal recovery block put up by Penveid, having the most HP as possible is definitely beneficial. For Ain, really no changes on Ain here. Tristan, same thing. I was trying to go through and get HP where I could. HP 800 there, HP 120 there. So once I get some more of these, those pieces built up to be able to go back and do more of these stat engravings, I will. But the other thing that helped me out too is with his skills. Previously, this was only at level 1. So I was only able to use it the 2 times versus the 3 times. So I'm also going to work on prioritizing, trying to get this up for another max use of +1. Now again, that may not equal a bunch of hearts just because of that, because of the long battle, you will use this up. However, if I can get another heart out of it, you know, why not, right? So that's really the biggest changes that I made for Penveid, is just getting that extra HP to ensure that Tristan and both Arthur can stay alive for longer. And then for Megalon here, a few changes. Again, trying to go through and add HP just like I did with the Penveid team. But also for this team, I went in and sped Revenant Merlin up more than what I had her before. I think she's around like 251 speed, somewhere around there, 250, somewhere around there, because I need to make sure I get that storm calling wing beats or whatever it is, so that my damage dealers can heal themselves based off the damage that they're doing to Megalon there. So for Lucius, doing the kind of same thing like I did before, trying to go in and prioritize HP, and I did put him in attack percentage ring, because I was able to get a double roll of speed there. But also for this, I was able to get pretty lucky, and I didn't have to use a whole lot of the change powder for changing the stats to get that triple roll on the speed there to speed him up. So kind of similar, just trying to go in and maximize HP on the stat engraving, and then putting him in attack speed ring versus the attack speed, because right now I have about pretty fast, 242, considering I not have an attack speed ring on him. But I don't want him going too fast, because if he's doing too much damage with the Ascension set and not allowing Merlin to add her debuff, then he's going to end up killing himself just based off of the damage that he's doing. Now, the big difference here is Aqua Guinevere. I was able to get another chivalry on her based off of using these memory stones. So definitely civic memory stones when I use them for her or Revenant Merlin. Personally, I'm going with Aqua Guinevere first over Revenant Merlin because, I mean, they both are pretty close and there may not be necessarily right or wrong for what you choose. But I'm going with Aqua Guinevere because of wanting to get that extra attack. But I was able to get this this beat sheet from Burning Charm to Dazzling Charm. And what that does is it gives you this hit accuracy 45%, attack 25%, and critical strike rate of 50% for the rest of the battle versus just having a hit accuracy. So you're getting the extra attack and critical strike rate throughout the battle, which allows her to do much more damage. And then the only other thing that I did was for Vala here, is that I did put her in this set here. 100% chance to trigger when using skill 3, grants all allies damage dealt plus 10% for 2 turns, cannot stack. So that's also helping out with a little bit of damage as well. And then I also forgot to mention, I did put Revenant Merlin in this disaster set, which is after using a skill, 80% chance to charge this hero's attack gauge by 100%. Now, she is not doing her debuff off of her A1, right? This is just a chance for stun, but it's doing a little bit of damage. But we're trying to get her back to rotate through her Stormcalling Wing Beats because of the skill order set. And speaking of skill order set, I forgot to go through and do it for Penveid, but we'll hop back over there in just a second. But you see here, same, I haven't gone in and changed the skill order set that I've done throughout since we've had this run here for the past few weeks. So the skill order set is the same, but those mainly getting Aqua Guinevere up that extra chivalry, but also speeding the team up just a little bit more, and then changing those 2 gear sets around got me the extra 6 hearts, I believe it was. Yeah, 6 more hearts, which is not an easy feat to do. But going back to this team, I haven't changed the skill order setting, solely using A2 for Arthur, going back and forth with Ain. And then I did change Tristan up to use his A2, A3, then A1, because I want to try to land that attack decrease. And again, I'm still working on trying to build up his Storm Relic. I don't have that maxed out as far as all the skills being maxed out, etc. So I am also working on that as well to see if, next time this comes around, if that'll make a difference, because he's able to land that attack speed decrease more often. Then again, just using the A3 primarily here with Turin because of her heals. Now with the last team here, the only really change I made was the equipment on Nika here, is I did put her in a focus set, which does, give a little bit to each different type of, whether it be attack, right? You get this buff of critical strike rate and strike damage for the rest of the battle. Metal armor here for defense, support, etc. Now, the one thing I don't have is a unity set, basically on any of my characters. I don't think I have a single unity set, just because I don't have 3 of the unities right in the same favor. But I have found out that this did help with a little bit more damage, but would also be more beneficial to have a focus set and a unity set on your characters. And I would say, depending on what you have on your account, will really drive which character you put it on. So for example, for Nika here, I was able to get it in, recovery, which is definitely needed, and recovery on an orb here, because I able to have an attack speed ring. So I'd say go between either recovery on your ring or your orb based on the equipment that you have. And then I just had, for this one, prefer to have HP or something else, but hey, with defense, a little bit of attack speed, and I was able to get that stat engraving of plus 400 HP, definitely helped. And by getting a little extra HP on her as well, I was about 20,000 heals, right? Because I do have her in the lead, which she does provide the HP, extra HP for the entire team. Now I think I'm up to like 22,000 by adding a little bit extra HP. Morgan, the only change I made here is she's in a crit damage earrings versus, I think I had attack before, But again, she's here not for damage, she's just here for providing those debuffs. And then I did have, I can't, I'm blanking on her name, Clarison. I did have Clarison, right? And I think it was affect accuracy on her necklace here, but I did change that to attack percentage. And I just ran it to see, hey, if I lost that affect accuracy to gain that attack, would she still be landing her own debuffs, because she's also bringing defense down and that evasion rate decrease. And I found out by doing so that she has definitely been able to land those debuffs about the same frequency as she was before, because the accuracy requirement is not as high for, at least for the Hall of Conquerors. Now, I haven't been running Talos as much as the other two because of having 65 before. I really want to try to push for the still flank Penveid and the Megalon here, but I did make those slight changes with the team on Talos here. Let me just hop in and show you the skill order setting too while we're here. But solely using A3 for the heals, solely using the A2 right for the defense down, and also she's not really removing a lot of debuffs from Talos, but again using the Frost Relic because of the elemental matchup. Using the A3 primarily with the A2, and then just starting out with the A1 to provide those self buffs, and then solely using the A3. And thankfully, because of having Nika up to the correct chivalry, I'm able to basically add extra vigor for the team. So I will continue to, since we have a couple days left, now that I've made a lot of progress and Penveid and also Megalon, I'm gonna go back and look at, hey, maybe I can squeeze out 1 or 2 more hearts here for Talos. But I have, for looking at the total hearts here, 168. That is the most hearts I've gotten by far, right? As you see, it was increased by 6 on Megalon and by like, I think 3, right? So almost 10 more hearts than the previous run. But even with the other sets of, with the Thram, with the Blazing Gorgos, the other types of Hall of Conquerors, I think 168 total hearts is the most I've gotten so far. And again, I'm far, from these Krakens out here that are getting, plus 100 plus hearts right on each of these bosses. However, I would say don't get hung up, right? Unless you're trying to spend a lot of money on this game, don't get hung up on where you are in your progress or trying to compare yourself to where they are. Just use what you have on your account, and then basically just try to progress the best that you can. And just, hey, even if it's just 1 heart, every single time, just try to make little changes tailored based off of what you have, just to keep working on progress, and don't get hung up on what others are doing. Well, that's all I have for this video. Just provide an update on some of the changes I've made. Let me know if there's things that you guys are doing to increase how many total damages or total hearts that you're getting from your damage for this round. And then we should get new bosses around next time, and that'd be interesting to try to see, hey, what teams can we put together, right, to try to increase or to do the best that we can. Well, as always, thanks for stopping by.